how you've been using your shortcuts in Trimble Access 2018 and above. Well, if you haven't, or you simply forgot, here's a quick reminder. When you tap on the key on the keypad or on this icon Trimble menu, you're immediately brought to your first grouping of shortcuts called favorites. Now, you can always set your favorites by simply going to a function. I'm going to go in key in and points. And if you see a star here, this is where you can click it with your stylus, and you can either pick to set it in the favorites or associate it with a function key. So if I tap favorites, it's assigned to favorites. If I want to assign it to a function key, I can also assign it to a function key. I'm going to press F1 on my keypad, and it's now locked in. So F1 and favorites. Now, another customization is when you go to the menu icon, you go to favorites, you have a little pen or pencil here. When you tap on it, it brings you to all the customized shortcuts that you have built. Now, one of the things you can do is you can create for yourself groups. Notice I have a group for GNSS and a group for RTS. Well, why? Well, there's a nifty little tool to the side that allows us to actually assign groups to devices that you're connected to. So if I wanted to immediately switch to this grouping when I'm connecting to GNSS, I can do so. If I want to actually set RTS to the conventional instrument, I can do so. If I want to set favorites to be the default, that it's always going to look at that first, when there's no instrument connected, I can do that too. Now, let's put it to the test, shall we? When I tap on menu and I'm going to connect to a total station, and I am using an emulator, so we want to see if this thing switches from favorites, which it was on, and if it's going to switch to RTS. So, instrument is connected. Now I'm going to look, favorites, and there it is, RTS. Now, what about GNSS? Well, 1 second, I'll pause and load the emulator. Right, and we are on favorites still, RTS, but we're connecting to our emulator. So there's a GNSS. What we're going to do now is we're going to tap on measure, RTK. We're going to set up our base and then set up our rover. And we saw it was on RTS, so it should switch to GNSS. Well, let's see. Trimble menu, GNSS. Now that's a really nifty tool to help us to be more efficient with our shortcuts in the field using favorites and or actual switching function in our favorites.